Imagine something for a moment. You are in a room full of people, everyone is talking, laughing, trying to be seen, trying to be heard, and yet, there is one person who says almost nothing. They are not distracted, they are not anxious, they are simply observing everything, every movement, every expression, every change in tone. Most people would call this person quiet, some might even call them lonely. But psychology suggests something very different. Because sometimes, the people who speak the least understand the most, and the real question is not why are they alone, but instead what do they see that others don't. And to understand that, we need to go deeper than behavior, we need to go into the mind itself. From the moment we are young, society teaches us a simple rule: if you are social, you are successful, if you are talkative, you are confident, if you are surrounded by people, you are valuable, but if you are quiet, something must be wrong. Teachers worry, parents ask questions, friends assume distance. Why don't you talk more? Are you okay? Do you not like people? And slowly, the mind of a quiet person starts absorbing a message: I am different. But what if that difference is not a weakness, but a different form of processing reality? Psychology suggests that human minds are not all the same. Some minds are reactive, they respond quickly, they speak quickly, they decide quickly. And then there are reflective minds, they pause, they observe, they analyze before reacting. Neither is better, but they are fundamentally different. Reactive minds feel alive in stimulation, reflective minds feel alive in silence, and this is where misunderstanding begins, because the world is built for speed, not depth, but reflective minds need depth to function, and depth cannot exist in constant noise. When a person is alone, something interesting happens in the brain. The default mode network becomes active. This is the part of the brain responsible for memory, reflection, identity, and imagination. It is the system that builds your inner world. But here is the key detail: this system does not activate well in chaos. It needs space, it needs silence, it needs distance from external input. Which means solitude is not emptiness for some people, it is cognitive function. It is where thinking actually happens. At some point in life certain individuals begin to notice something. Conversations feel repetitive, social interactions feel predictable, noise feels unnecessary, and slowly they begin to withdraw, not because they hate people, but because they start noticing something uncomfortable. Most conversations are not about truth, they are about performance, about image, about approval, about reaction. And for a mind that values depth, this begins to feel exhausting, so they choose silence, not as escape, but as protection. In solitude, something unexpected develops: awareness, not awareness of others, but awareness of self. Thoughts become clearer, emotions become visible, patterns begin to appear, and slowly, a person starts understanding something most people never see: how easily the mind can be influenced, how quickly emotions can be shaped, how often people act without thinking, and once you see that, you can't unsee it. But solitude has a shadow, because the same silence that brings clarity can also bring distance. When a person spends too much time alone, they may begin to disconnect, not just from others, but from emotional reality itself. Conversations feel harder, social energy weakens, emotional expression fades, and what began as clarity can slowly become isolation. Psychology does not warn against solitude, it warns against losing balance. So why do intelligent people prefer to be alone? The answer is not simple. It is not because they are better, it is not because they are special, it is because their minds require something different: space to think, space to process, space to understand. But intelligence is not measured by solitude, it is measured by what you do with it. Because silence can create insight, or it can create distance. The difference is awareness. So the next time you see someone sitting alone, don't rush to define them, don't assume loneliness, don't assume weakness, because sometimes, the quietest person in the room is the one who understands the room the most. And sometimes, solitude is not the absence of people, but the presence of thought.